Listen, guys, this is Shaan Rais. They call me the king of branding and positioning. Why? Because I went from crickets to digits in the midst of a pandemic. If you're here, it's because you're a coach, a speaker, a consultant, an author, a blogger, maybe a journalist or a photographer. And you're having the impact, but you're missing the income. You're having the meaningfulness, but you're missing the monetization. You're speaking with purpose and you're addressing a problem, but you're missing the profit. I want to help this model to the money. I want to help you go from a business plan to a well-known brand. So stick around and we're going to get into the content in 1 minute. Let's grow. So any brand questions, brand related questions? How can I XYZ?
Yep. Hey, Shaan, I have one.
Very good,
Got
sir.
a couple things going on. So right at that point you're talking about is where it gets a little gray for me, right? So what I mean by that is ultimately, I've been doing leadership for years, right?
Yes, sir.
But I want to convey and go deep when it comes to the effects of growing up without a father, which I've been doing for a lifetime.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So can you kind of help me to merge those two between leadership and the, I think the avenue and the value of helping individuals growing up without a father? Because that's kind of great for me, that point right there.
Okay, no problem. So I have a foundation called Leadership Elevation Foundation, and it is for young men and women who need leadership development, who may not be getting it for whatever reason, socioeconomic, demographic, or parental lack and, absence. So for you in that program, growing up without a father, you can have a leadership development entity. You can be, and you are being the leader for those young men who do not have a father. You are like a surrogate. You are replacing the void. You understand? And that takes leadership. That takes leadership. So what you're doing is you're teaching these young men how to become leaders in a space where they're, I'm not going to say they would not become a leader, because women have been known, single parent mothers have been known to raise phenomenally gifted and leaders of men. I'm not going to say that they cannot, because they absolutely can, but there is a difference that comes from a man's perspective, a man's touch, and just a man's voice, a man's presence in the home. There's a difference. And that is the difference that you bring to your group, to your segment of the market. So leadership for young men growing up without a father, leadership development program, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And then, but how do I bridge the gap for my ideal client that are not just young men?
So, okay, so who is your ideal client that is not young men? Speak to that.
Those would be those single parents, those single mothers.
Okay, are you going to be teaching them leadership? Is that what you're going to be doing? Teaching them leadership skills?
Well, that's what the question is. That's the gray area.
Okay. So let me. So this sounds like strategic deployment here, right? So sometimes you want to give somebody what you want to give them what they want, or sell them what they want, and then give them what they need. Right. So the marketing might say leadership. It might not say leadership development for single mothers. It might say something like making the 3-4, or creating a whole family, or parental skills 101. Right. But then when those single mothers come in, your curriculum consists of leadership development, self-awareness, self-regulation, determination, discipline. Say it with your chest. You could put little slogans behind things to give them leadership presence, executive presence. You can teach them those skills. But if you say those skills on the name of the program, they might not come because they might not relate to it.
Okay.
So you might have to strategically name it something, bait the hook with something that's fluorescent, that glows, to their ideal market. So you might want to do a giveaway, a raffle. You might want to talk about the ailments, go into the pain points of that demographic.
Gotcha.
And then tailor the name of your program around that. And even the bullet points when you describe the program around that. But then, like I said, sell them what they want or sell them what they're looking for. Give them what they want, give them what they're looking for, but deliver the leadership as more than what they're looking for. Because many times people will come in here and think that they're here for X reason, but then realize that they came for a much bigger purpose. And there's a much bigger thing going on.
Yeah.
You know, and they never equated what really happens with what they came for, but they're so glad that they came. So the reason why people come and the reason why they stay is not the same. That makes sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the reason why people come and the reason why they stay, the reason why they come is because they might want the raffle, they might want the trip to Dorney Park, whatever you give within your context, whatever the values are, the parental skills, but then they stay because of the leadership development.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, I hope you loved the video. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Now, what I need you to do in succession is click like, subscribe, and share. So click like, subscribe, and share the video with someone that you know needs it. We're going to try to change the world through changing one individual at a time and going from business to brand, going from brand to brand mastery. So be sure to hit the little bell so you can be notified of the next events that come, because here is where I'm going to give you discounts. Nowhere else. Here is where you'll be the first to get the information as well as the gifts and discounts that are sure to come. Let's grow.